Okay, so have you ever noticed like how a pizza night can totally lead to a breakout? You're not imagining it. Today we're going to do a deep dive into all the sciencey stuff behind it. We're talking about the gut-skin axis.
Yeah, the gut-skin axis. It's really cool, actually. There's so much research coming out showing just how connected our gut health and skin health really are. Like, it's not just what we're putting on our skin.
Right. It's what's going on inside.
Exactly.
So we're going to be looking at some specific symptoms you might be experiencing. I mean, we're talking bloating, acne, gas, redness. We're using those almost like clues to figure out your own gut-skin connection.
It's like detective work, almost. By paying attention to those clues, we can kind of start to understand what's going on in the gut, and then we can actually take steps to address those issues, which ultimately leads to healthier, happier skin.
For sure. So first things first.
Yeah.
Like, how are our gut and skin even connected? It seems like they're totally separate systems.
Yeah, I mean, on the surface, they might seem that way, but both the gut and skin act as barriers. They protect our bodies from the outside world, right?
Right.
They both come into contact with a lot of foreign substances, and they both play a role in immunity. They actually share a lot of the same immune components. They're communicating constantly through various pathways, including the nervous system, the endocrine system, and the immune system.
So when one system is out of balance, the other feels it. It's like they're teammates. And if one teammate's struggling, the whole team suffers.
Precisely.
Okay, well, let's start with something I know I've experienced firsthand. Bloating and acne.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically that annoying acne that pops up around your jawline.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh, yes, like clockwork. Too much indulgence, and I wake up looking like a teenager again. Not a good look.
Oh.
What's going on there?
Well, bloating often signals an imbalance in the gut microbiome. You know, that complex community of trillions of bacteria that live in our digestive tract? When we eat foods that disrupt that balance, it can lead to an overgrowth of harmful bacteria, which triggers inflammation.
And then that inflammation travels to the skin, and it shows up as acne.
Exactly. And the location of that acne can give us clues about what might be going on in the gut. So jawline acne is often linked to hormonal fluctuations, but it can also be a sign of gut issues, particularly an overgrowth of bacteria that produce inflammatory compounds.
So it's not just about the food itself. It's about how that food impacts the delicate balance of bacteria in our gut. That's fascinating.
It is. And it shows just how important it is to nourish our gut with foods that support a healthy microbiome. We'll talk more about those foods later. But for now, let's move on to another common symptom, duo, gas, and redness.
Okay, gas. I mean, we've all been there. It could be embarrassing. But can it really impact our skin? I mean, I know it can make you blush, but is there a deeper connection?
There is. Well, everyone experiences gas from time to time. Excessive gas can be a sign that your body's struggling to break down certain foods. It often points to issues with protein digestion or an intolerance to certain carbohydrates, like those found in beans and cruciferous vegetables.
So the same foods that are giving me gas could also be contributing to skin redness.
It's possible. Those food intolerances can lead to a buildup of compounds in the gut that, when absorbed into the bloodstream, can trigger inflammation and affect the blood vessels in the skin. This can manifest as redness, flushing, and even contribute to more serious conditions like rosacea.
Wow. I never realized the connection was so direct. It makes you wonder how many other skin issues might be linked back to the gut.
It's a growing area of research. We're learning more all the time. But let's not forget about another important player in this gut-skin connection, our bowel movements.
Okay, poop talk. I know it's not glamorous,
Yeah.
but we've got to talk about it. How does the regularity or irregularity of our bowel movements impact our skin?
Think of your gut like a plumbing system. Everything needs to be flowing smoothly for optimal health. When things get backed up, meaning you're constipated, toxins can linger in the gut longer than they should.
And those toxins eventually make their way to the skin, contributing to problems like acne, eczema, and dullness.
Exactly. On the other hand, frequent diarrhea can be a sign of gut inflammation or food sensitivities. This can disrupt the balance of the gut microbiome and impair the gut's ability to properly absorb nutrients, ultimately affecting skin health.
So whether it's constipation or diarrhea, any kind of irregularity is a sign that something might be off in the gut, and that imbalance can manifest as skin issues.
Precisely. And this brings us to a concept that you might have heard of, leaky gut.
Ooh, leaky gut. It sounds kind of scary, to be honest.
Yeah, it can be a significant issue.
Right.
Imagine the lining of your gut like a fine mesh net that's designed to keep things in, nutrients, water, while keeping harmful substances out. Leaky gut is essentially when that net gets damaged, allowing things like partially digested food particles, toxins, and bacteria to leak into the bloodstream.
And that's a problem because...
Because those substances aren't supposed to be in your bloodstream. Your body sees them as foreign invaders and launches an immune response, which can manifest as inflammation throughout the body, including the skin.
So leaky gut is basically like a gateway for all sorts of trouble to enter the bloodstream, and the skin often bears the brunt of that immune response.
That's a great way to put it. And the skin issues linked to leaky gut can be quite varied. We're talking everything from unexplained rashes and persistent acne to premature aging and stubborn dry patches.
Wow, leaky gut sounds like a real villain in the gut-skin connection story. This is all making me want to take better care of my gut.
And that's a great segue into the next part of our discussion, how to heal the gut and, in turn, improve our skin health. But we'll save that for part 2 of our deep dive.
Welcome back. I don't know about you, but I'm already starting to see my own skin issues in a whole new light after that first segment. It's amazing what we can learn from these, clues our bodies are giving us.
It's like we're decoding a secret language. And the good news is, once we understand the language, we can take action.
So let's talk about action. We've covered some of the ways that the gut can negatively impact skin. But what are some of the most effective ways to actually heal the gut and achieve that clear, radiant complexion we all dream of?
Well, it starts with understanding that food can be medicine. We need to focus on eliminating the foods that are disrupting the gut microbiome and adding in the foods that nourish and support it.
Okay, so let's start with what to ditch. We all know that processed foods, sugary drinks, and artificial ingredients are a no-no. But are there any other, sneaky culprits we should be aware of?
Absolutely. While those are definitely the big offenders, certain seemingly healthy foods can be problematic for some people. Dairy products, for example, can be inflammatory for those with lactose intolerance or sensitivities. Gluten, a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye, can also trigger gut issues in some individuals.
I've heard so much about gluten sensitivity lately. Is it really that common?
It's estimated that about 1% of the population has celiac disease, which is an autoimmune disorder triggered by gluten. However, a much larger percentage of people may experience non-celiac gluten sensitivity, which can manifest as a variety of symptoms, including digestive issues, fatigue, and even skin problems.
So it might be worth experimenting with a gluten-free diet to see if it makes a difference, even if you haven't been officially diagnosed with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity.
Exactly. It's all about listening to your body and paying attention to how it responds to different foods. And speaking of things to avoid, let's talk about industrial seed oils.
Okay, industrial seed oils like canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil. I use those all the time in cooking. What's wrong with them?
These oils are highly processed. They're often extracted using heat and chemicals, which can damage their delicate fats and create harmful compounds. They also tend to be high in omega-6 fatty acids, which, while essential in moderation, can become problematic when consumed in excess.
What's the issue with too much omega-6?
It's all about balance. Our bodies need a healthy ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. When we consume too much omega-6 and not enough omega-3, it can create an inflammatory environment in the body.
And that inflammation can then show up on the skin as acne, redness, and other issues.
Precisely. So instead of those industrial seed oils, opt for healthier fats like olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, and even butter from grass-fed cows. These fats are more stable and provide a better balance of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids.
Okay, so we've covered the foods to avoid. Now let's get to the fun part. The foods that actually heal the gut and promote healthy skin. What are some of your top picks?
Fermented foods are at the top of my list. Foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, and yogurt contain live beneficial bacteria, also known as probiotics, which can help replenish and diversify the gut microbiome.
Oh, I love kimchi. It's so flavorful and versatile. You can add it to just about anything.
It's true, and it's packed with beneficial bacteria that can help crowd out those harmful bacteria in the gut, reducing inflammation and improving overall gut health. Another one of my favorites is bone broth.
Bone broth. That's that trendy drink everyone's talking about, right?
It's trendy for a reason. Bone broth is made by simmering animal bones and connective tissues for an extended period, which extracts nutrients like collagen, gelatin, and amino acids.
And collagen is great for skin elasticity.
Exactly. It helps to plump up the skin and reduce the appearance of wrinkles. But it's not just about beauty. Collagen is also crucial for maintaining a healthy gut lining. It acts like a sealant, helping to prevent leaky gut and reduce inflammation.
So bone broth is like a win-win for both gut and skin health. I'll definitely be adding that to my shopping list. What about fiber? I know it's important for digestion, but does it have any impact on the skin?
Absolutely. Fiber is like a superhero for the gut. It acts like a prebiotic, providing food for the beneficial bacteria in our gut. It also helps to keep things moving smoothly through the digestive tract, preventing constipation and promoting regularity. And a healthy gut, as we've discussed, translates to healthier skin.
So what are some good sources of fiber that are also skin-friendly?
Fruits and vegetables are always a good choice. Berries are particularly beneficial because they're low in sugar and high in antioxidants, which protect the skin from damage. Leafy greens like spinach and kale are packed with nutrients that support both gut and skin health. And don't forget about legumes like lentils and beans. They're excellent sources of both fiber and protein.
Okay, this is making me really excited to revamp my diet.
Mm.
But I know it's not just about what we eat, it's also about our overall lifestyle, right?
You're absolutely right. It's about taking a holistic approach to health. Stress, for example, can wreak havoc on the gut microbiome, leading to inflammation and a whole host of skin problems.
Oh, stress, the bane of my existence. I know it's bad for me, but I didn't realize it could impact my skin so directly.
It can. When we're stressed, our bodies release hormones like cortisol, which can disrupt the balance of bacteria in the gut and impair our immune system.
So finding healthy ways to manage stress is essential for both our gut and our skin. What are some of your go-to stress-busting techniques?
Meditation is a powerful tool. Even just a few minutes of deep breathing can make a world of difference. Yoga is another great option. It combines physical movement with mindfulness, helping to calm the mind and release tension in the body. And don't underestimate the power of spending time in nature.
I love that. Getting back to nature, so simple yet so effective. And speaking of things that are essential for our well-being, let's talk about sleep.
Sleep is absolutely crucial for both gut and skin health. When we sleep, our bodies go into repair mode, regenerating cells and restoring balance.
I've definitely noticed that when I don't get enough sleep, my skin just looks dull and lifeless, and I'm way more prone to breakouts.
It's not just your imagination. Sleep deprivation can disrupt hormone production, increase inflammation, and impair the gut's ability to function properly.
So aiming for those 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep is non-negotiable. And let's not forget about hydration.
Ah, yes. Water, it's the elixir of life. Staying hydrated is essential for keeping everything flowing smoothly in the digestive tract, flushing out toxins, and plumping up skin cells.
Okay, so we've got healthy diet, stress management, enough sleep, and hydration. That's a pretty solid foundation for gut and skin health.
It is. And remember, it's about making small, sustainable changes over time. You don't have to do everything perfectly overnight. Just focus on incorporating 1 or 2 new habits at a time and gradually build from there.
That's great advice. It's so easy to get overwhelmed when you're trying to make big changes all at once. But taking baby steps is key to long-term success.
Exactly. And speaking of support, there's one more thing we need to talk about: supplements. But we'll save that for the final part of our deep dive.
Welcome back. I'm feeling super energized after all that advice. I mean,
Okay.
we've covered a lot from the gut-skin connection to making those lifestyle changes. But before we wrap up this deep dive, there's one more piece of the puzzle I'm curious about: supplements.
Yeah, supplements can be a great addition to an already healthy lifestyle. Think of them as like the supporting cast, not the lead actors.
Right.
You know, they can help to fill in the gaps and provide extra support for both gut and skin health.
Okay, so what are some supplements that might be particularly beneficial for someone looking to address skin issues through the gut?
Well, we've talked a lot about the importance of a balanced gut microbiome. Probiotics, which are live beneficial bacteria, can help to restore that balance. There are countless strains of probiotics out there, but some have been specifically studied for their benefits on skin conditions like acne and eczema.
That's so interesting. I didn't realize there were probiotics specifically for skin health. Any particular strains you recommend looking into?
Well, some research suggests that strains like Lactobacillus acidophilus and Bifidobacterium bifidum may be particularly helpful for reducing inflammation and improving skin barrier function. But it's always best to talk to your healthcare provider before starting any new supplement regimen.
Right.
They can help you determine the best strains and dosages for your individual needs.
That's a great point. Supplements can interact with medications, so it's always best to err on the side of caution. What about other supplements that might be beneficial for both gut and skin?
Well, zinc is a mineral that plays a crucial role in tissue repair and wound healing. It's also involved in regulating oil production in the skin, which can help to reduce acne breakouts.
I've definitely heard that zinc is good for acne. Is it something that most people are deficient in?
Zinc deficiency is fairly common, especially among people who eat a plant-based diet as plant-based sources of zinc aren't as easily absorbed as animal-based sources. However, even if you're not deficient, supplementing with zinc might provide additional benefits for skin health.
So zinc for repair and oil regulation. What else?
Well, vitamin D is another important nutrient that plays a role in both gut and skin health. It helps to regulate immune function, which can be beneficial for inflammatory skin conditions like eczema and psoriasis.
And I know a lot of people are deficient in vitamin D, especially during the winter months.
That's true. Sunlight is our primary source of vitamin D, and many people simply don't get enough exposure, especially if they live in northern climates or spend a lot of time indoors.
So getting your vitamin D levels checked and supplementing if needed is a good idea. Any other supplements?
Well, we've already discussed the benefits of collagen for both gut and skin health. And while bone broth is a great source, you can also take collagen peptides in supplement form. These are essentially broken down collagen molecules that are more easily absorbed by the body.
Yeah, I've seen collagen supplements everywhere lately. It seems like everyone's talking about them.
And they're popular for a reason. Collagen can help to improve skin elasticity, reduce wrinkles, and strengthen the gut lining, which can help to prevent leaky gut.
So it's like a multitasker for gut and skin health. I'm definitely intrigued by collagen supplements. But as you mentioned earlier, it's important to consult with a healthcare professional before starting any new supplement, right?
Absolutely. They can assess your individual needs, check for any potential interactions with medications you're taking, and help you create a safe and effective supplement regimen.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive. I feel like I've learned so much about the connection between my gut and my skin. What's the one big takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
Well, the key message here is that taking care of your gut is one of the most powerful things you can do for your overall health, and that includes the health of your skin. It's not about quick fixes or fad diets. It's about making sustainable lifestyle changes that support a healthy gut microbiome.
So it's a long game,
Yeah.
not a short sprint.
Exactly. And it's about addressing all aspects of well-being.
Yeah.
What we eat, how we manage stress, how much we sleep, and even how we think about our relationship with our bodies. It's a journey of self-discovery and empowerment.
I love that. It's so empowering to know that we have the power to influence our skin health from within.
It really is, and it's a journey that's worth taking.
Well, on that note, we've reached the end of our gut-skin connection deep dive. We hope you found this information valuable and empowering.
It was a pleasure sharing this deep dive with you.
And as a final thought, we encourage you to become your own gut-skin detective. Pay attention to the clues your body is giving you. Track your food intake, your stress levels, your sleep patterns, and how your skin responds. You might be surprised by the connections you uncover.
It's like a fascinating science experiment, and you are the lead researcher.
Exactly. By tuning into your body and understanding these connections, you can take control of your health and achieve that radiant complexion you've always dreamed of.
Wishing you all healthy guts and glowing skin.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep taking care of yourselves from the inside out.